Alright, I'm back again with another Blu-ray collection video, continuing with the backlog of my Arrow stuff. And this will be the last video in the Arrow collection series, because I have here the last collector's editions and standard editions to get through. So let's get into it. I'll start off with some box sets, because I can use these as bookends. I have here 4 Film Noir Classics Volume 2 and Volume 3. Both have 4 movies in them. The Suspect, The Sleeping City, Thunder on the Hill, 6 Bridges to Cross, Calcutta, Ride the Pink Horse, Outside the Law, and The Female Animal. I am missing the first volume from this series, but I did get the other 2 from sales before they went out of print, right? I also have here, what is this? This is by Ovidio G. Astonitis, Beyond the Door, the great Italian director behind such classics as Tentacles and Piranha 2. So there's some Italian horror. Could be a disaster, could be okay. I don't know. Next up, something completely different. This is Major Dundee by Sam Peckinpah. This is a war movie. Comes with both the extended and the theatrical versions of it, and some extra stuff as well. Peckinpah is an interesting director. I've liked everything I've seen by him so far. It's always very provocative and different from what other people are doing. Right, then let's do this one quickly. Necromantic 2, the cover says everything. I won't say anything else about it. It's by Yuri Bhaskara, so it's just gore. Then I have this box set for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. The sequel with Dennis Hopper and Bill Moseley in it. Should be pretty insane. The box is a bit damaged, but not too badly. Right, and this also comes with some extras. This has some of the early movies by Tobe Hooper as well. What are they called? The Heisters. And then some of the short movies. And it also has Eggshells. So some of the movies he did before Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The second Texas Chainsaw Massacre should be completely insane. I've never watched it, but I've heard things about it. Some of it good, some of it not that good. But who knows? Right. Next up, some box sets that were available for very cheap, so I got them during one of the sales. These are movies by Claude Chabrol, who is a French director, quite notorious within French movie circles, but not that well known outside. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff here. Well, how many movies is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movies in 2 box sets. I know nothing about this. Some of these are like thrillers, some of them are more drama. I don't really know anything about it. Just got them because they were cheap, and I like having nice looking box sets for cheap. It's great. Right, let's do some ranting, and and then I'll move on to stuff that I like. I got a couple of these American box sets that are mostly garbage. So I got Weird Wisconsin, which is the Bill Rebane collection. I watched the first movie, Monster A Go-Go, and it was one of the worst pieces of garbage I've ever seen in my life. It was truly awful, and I haven't gone back to these box sets since then. Some of these are probably pretty good, like the Demons of Ludlow. I have high hopes for that one. Maybe even Invasion from the Inner Earth, whatever it's called. Yes, Invasion from Inner Earth. Maybe even that is something watchable. I don't know. The box set looks really nice. the individual covers look pretty nice as well, even for Monster A Go-Go. Like this movie is almost unwatchable, it's so bad, but the cover art is great. And the same applies to like the other ones. And then I have also this one, He Came from the Swamp, the William Griffey collection. And from this I've watched the first two movies, Sting of Death and Death Curse of Tartu, both of which are pretty bad, but not as bad as the Bill Rebane stuff. Very low budget, like extremely low budget indie horror movies from the 1970s and 80s, I think. Maybe even earlier. Some of these are pretty damn old. Let's take a look. Actually, Sting of Death, when was this released? Oh, this is 1966, so these are a lot older than I don't remember. So this is 60s and 70s. Yeah. I appreciate low-budget horror movies, and sometimes they are quite charming, but then there are these cases where the movies are just so low-budget and so amateurish that it's a struggle to get through them. So, and I've heard a lot of bad things about some of the other movies in that box set. The ones that I watched first are supposedly some of the better ones. So I don't know when I'm going back to it, but I'll get through it at some point. And then, of course, after talking about that, we have to go to The Grandfather, the Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast. This is the standard edition of it. There is a big limited edition as well. That's very expensive, but yeah. This has a ton of movies in it. 2000 Maniacs, Moonshine Mountain, Scum of the Earth, and so on. Gruesome Twosome, The Wizard of Gore, some very well-known like grindhouse movies, and it's very, very low-budget, gory horror movies. The box sets look amazing. Like the design of these box sets is fantastic. I just wish the movies were as good as the box sets suggest. Right. Do I have room here? Yeah, I guess I'll shift the camera around a little bit and do it like this. And then I have room here for the Chucky collection. Now, I think I've only seen the original Child's Play, and I'm not even sure if it was the first or the second one. So I should crack this one open and start watching these movies, going through them. Yeah, this is one of the more recent releases by Arrow earlier this year. I had to get it because I quite like the Chucky character. It's a very funny character in a way. Right. Then I have a couple more limited editions here. There is Bloodbath, which is a Roger Corman movie. I don't really know much about it. Yeah, this box set has like 4 different versions of the movie. So I was going to watch this at one point, but then I started struggling with the selection of which version I should watch, and I never went back to it. I should probably give it another shot. Right. Then I also have Clive Barker's Nightbreed here. Limited edition for that. Not much to say about it. Some people like it, some people hate it. I don't know where I fall because I haven't watched it yet. Right. Then we have Lucio Fulci's Demonia, one of the later movies in his filmography. Haven't seen it, don't know much about it. Right, and then a couple more box sets. Let's do these next. These are some of the latest ones that they released. So the first one is the Mexico trilogy, which has these Mexican action movies. I'm pretty sure I've seen Desperado at some point, or maybe El Mariachi, but I can't remember, so I'll rewatch all of these. Tex-Mex Tornado, Fire and Fury, says the back cover. And then I have here the box set for the Spanish director, right? Yes. I always mix up sometimes these Spanish and Mexican and so on. Right. So Alex de Iglesia, 3 movies by him. I'm not going to pronounce the first one. The second one is The Day of the Beast. And I'm not going to pronounce the third one either. I don't want to offend the Spanish-speaking community with my pronunciation. Right. Then next up, I have the Tales from the Urban Jungle, Jules Dassin's Brute Force, and The Naked City. Now, I was supposed to get the limited edition of this. I bought this from an auction, but the guy sent me the standard copy and I just couldn't be bothered with complaining and sending it back, so I kept it. Brute Force is fantastic. Naked City I haven't seen yet. Right, and then some slipcovers. I have here Mute Witness, again one of the more recent releases, directed by Anthony Waller, known for American Werewolf in Paris, the sequel. So, yeah, don't know what to think about that. And then Robert Altman's That Cold Day in the Park. I'm very unfamiliar with Robert Altman, but I decided to get this anyway. Alright, then what do I have in the box? I have here, these are in alphabetical order. Let's start from this stack. Some more slipcovers. Jesus Shows You the Way to the Highway. An absolutely bonkers name and cover, and also the blurb in the back. I'm not going to read it, but deals with Afrofuturism, Cold War paranoia, the dystopian world of Philip K. Dick, and 60s exploitation cinema. This is from 2019. Yeah, it's a pretty decent, recent release. Could be decent as well. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Right. Then this one, Lover's Lane, horror movie, slasher stuff. Then I have here limited edition for Over the Edge, which is like a punk rock themed movie with what is it called? I don't know. It's some kind of like a counterculture movie. Who knows? Then Raging Fury. I'm pretty sure this is, this back cover doesn't have any text, so I don't know what this is. I'm pretty sure Raging Fury is Hell High, the movie, just with a different title. Pretty sure. So it's just a slasher setting, like a school setting. Then I have The Righteous, which is one of the more recent, not recent, but one of the more modern movies they've released. So this is from 2020, occult horror movie. Next up, some folk horror. This is Sleep from 2021, German folk horror. Then I have the beta test, which I have absolutely no info on. But I got it for £5 during a sale, so why not? And then The Deeper You Dig, again one of the more modern movies they've released. This is from 2019, movie about a broken family. Next up, The House That Screamed, which is a Spanish a murder mystery movie. Then moving on to the last house on the left. This is the 2008 reboot movie for that series. And then next up, The Scaremaker, which I think is a slasher of some sort, probably. Sounds like it. Seems like it. It's usually pretty easy to tell which movies are slashers and which aren't. So movies with a killer stalker, they have these titles and the covers, and you just get the feel that that's what is going on, right? Then I have the Sisters Brothers. This is a strange one for Arrow to be releasing. It's a modern western from 2018, yeah, directed by Jacques Audiard, who is a fantastic modern French director. He did A Prophet, for example, which is really good. And the movie with the killer whale instructor. What is it called? I can't remember. Yeah, Jacques Audiard is fantastic, so I just got it because it's his movie. Right, next up, Threshold from 2021. Don't know anything about it. Next up, Two Witches from 2021 again, which, surprise, surprise, is a movie about witches. Then, lastly, for these slipcovers, I have the movie White Fire, which is like a Blood Diamond action movie, kind of, almost. Yeah. High-octane action, an infamous exploitation epic, according to the back cover. Right. Then let's do the rest of the standard copies. I have a couple of stacks here. Not that many. And then I have some Arrow Academy stuff as well. So let's start off with The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, a ridiculous 80s action movie starring Peter Weller, of all people. Let's back off a bit. Try to get everything on screen. Maybe like that. Yeah. Does that work? Maybe. Try my best to not knock over the camera. So next up, The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks. Very strange. Then we have The Car, in which a killer car is killing people. Next up, The Chill Factor, which is, well, the back cover says that it's The Exorcist meets the Winter Olympics. Alright, sounds interesting. Then I have The Comic by Richard Driscoll. Has some nudity in it, so I'll move on pretty quickly from that one. Next up, The House by the Cemetery, Lucio Fulci. I should get the newer limited edition for this. I only have the standard. So, a classic zombie movie. Then I have The Initiation, which is your typical sorority house horror movie. There are so many of these. And then another movie by Tinto Brass. There were a couple in the last video. The Key. So lots of soft core porn in that one. The Mangler. One of the worst rated Stephen King adaptations of all time. So looking forward to watching this one. Right. Then I have The Navigator, a medieval odyssey, which is a New Zealandian, I don't even know what this is, fantasy action movie, I guess. Some very, very bizarre movies here. The Slayer, looks like a slasher. Yeah. The Wind, this is by Nico Mastorakis again. Some kind of a vampire movie, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's a slasher. Okay, it's a slasher. Nico Mastorakis definitely did a vampire movie as well. What was that called? I can't remember. Toys Are Not for Children, which is a psychological horror movie from the 1970s, I think. Yeah, 71. It's an old one. Then we have Trapped Alive, which is again like 1980s sleaze, cannibals. Then I have here Vamp, which is definitely a vampire movie. Who is this by? Does it say so here anywhere? Nah, I can't find it. No, well, anyway, it's a pretty well-known vampire movie from the 80s. Then We Are the Flesh is again one of the modern ones they've released from 2016. A Mexican movie. I don't know anything about it. Then I have here What Have You Done to Solange, which is a very famous giallo murder mystery movie by Massimo Dallamano. And then I have Who Dares Wins, which is an espionage movie. And lastly, I have an A-region American copy of The Last Starfighter. I don't have a player that can play this movie, but I still have it. So I just got it for free at one point. So I have that one as well. There is a new B-region release for that, so I should upgrade it. Upgrade my copy to that. Right, and then to finish off, I have here a bunch of Arrow Academy titles as well that I'll try to fit on screen. Maybe I'll do it like this. I'll do like big stacks for these ones. Yeah, that should do it. Now I have more room. So let's start off with Sacha Guitry. 4 films from the 1930s. I have no idea what these even are, but it was really cheap, so I got it. And then I have some Polish movies. This is by Krzysztof Kieslowski, the great director. These are some of his early movies. So you have The Scar, Camera Buff, Blind Chance, and No End. I should definitely start watching some of these because I haven't seen any of them. Right, and then I have here, not in alphabetical order, just in random stacks, Nightfall, which is by Jacques Tourneur. No, probably the best known for Night of the Demon. Or maybe Cat People is probably his best known. Yeah, he also did Night of the Demon. Yeah, this is one of his noir movies, I think. Then I have Manchurian Candidate, featuring Frank Sinatra, from the 1960s. Next up, The Train, starring Burt Lancaster, one of the greats of all time. Then there is Spirits of the Dead, which is an anthology movie, has 3 parts to it, one directed by Fellini, one by Louis Malle, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, and then Roger Vadim. So this is a horror anthology movie collection. Right. Then we have One-Eyed Jacks, directed by Marlon Brando. A Western, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And then we have Manon by Clouzot, probably best known for Diabolique. This is one of his romance drama movies. Next up, The Love of a Woman, which I think I got for free during one of the sales by Arrow, because they sometimes give away like gifts. This is one of them. I got this for free at one point. Then I also got this one for free as a gift, Magnificent Doll by Frank Borzage. Don't know anything about it. probably didn't sell too well because this is first print, does have the booklet, and this was just given away as a free gift by Arrow. Then I have here a couple of noir movies. This is Pickup Alley by John Gilling, featuring Anita Ekberg, great actress, from the 1950s. Yeah, 1957. And then I have, lastly, Too Late for Tears, which is another noir movie. And that's that. Let's put some of these down like that. And there is everything. So that's my Arrow Blu-ray collection. Lots of stuff. Lots of movies that I probably should get to watching at some point, but you know, I like having a massive collection of things and then being able to pick whatever I feel like watching at any given time. It's a good feel to have like these hundreds and hundreds of choices, and you can just pick out anything you want. So yeah, that's it. And that's it for my Arrow Blu-ray collections. I'll do collection videos for some of the other publishers as well. Like I'll probably do one for Radiance Films, maybe next month. I don't know yet, but yeah, maybe Criterion as well. But I just wanted to do the Arrow stuff first because my collection for Arrow is by far the largest by any of the boutique Blu-ray companies. So yeah, hope some of you enjoyed all of this nonsense, and I'll see you next time. Bye.